Morning, all you frisky followers. It's Friday morning, probably around say 10 o'clock. We're 2 hours in and about 5 miles into today's hike. Looks like it's going to be an absolute beautiful day. I'm feeling great. I think it's Friday, March 15th. Let's just get into it. Welcome to my Hikification. So I'm not actually sure how today is going to play out. I do know I'm starting at low gap shelter at mile 42.6, and where the day progresses, body's really going to tell us. The obvious choice is Blue Mountain Shelter at mile 49.50. And while Blue Mountain can be a bit of a climb, it seems to be fairly gradual and would only make an 8-mile day. The challenge is the next, going further, we have to go over Rocky Mountain, which is a pretty steep climb, both up and down, and really no obvious shelter around that following Unicoi Gap. You then keep moving up Trey Mountain, which is a really big climb, which would put us at about mile 58.9, or the better part of a 16-mile day. So not sure if we get there, if we choose to stealth camp. Time will tell. I know it's early in the season, but I have a feeling this is why I call it the Green Tunnel. It's a nice change of pace. I definitely love seeing the green, and you still get the views. I wonder if one can get tired of the rhododendrons. I'm gonna bet not likely. So I did want to talk a little bit today about miles. I know when I came out here I told myself I'm going to take it slow and easy. I'm not going to worry about miles. And it's interesting, there's almost this compulsion to do more and more miles each day, and I can't put a logical explanation to it, but you feel it. It's almost tangible. I think I've been doing pretty good at holding back a little bit, really pacing myself until I develop my trail legs, etc. And so far my body's responded very well. That said, I think my natural inclination, kind of where I'm at physically, is right around the 12-mile-a-day mark. We started off at 10 miles, did 13 miles the day after. That felt about right. What followed was 2 8-mile days. And they were fine, they just felt really short. You were getting to camp by 2 o'clock, even waking up at 9. The challenge is, well, I think my body's right around that 12-mile mark. The trail isn't really set up for 12 miles, especially in the beginning here in the front end of Georgia. For those that shelter hop, shelters are set about 8 miles apart, give or take. There's some variance, which means you either do the shorter day or you double it up and do a 16. And 16 is a little too much, especially with the uphill, so it depends on the terrain. Flatlander, 16 back home in training, not a big deal. Here, might be a bit more of a challenge. So the only in between is to stealth camp. And definitely an option, something I haven't explored yet. Which brings us to a bit of a conundrum for today. As I say, I actually had a pretty good early start, so I'm 2 hours in, it's 10 o'clock, I'm 5 miles in. The next optimum shelter is 3 miles away. I would be there by about 12:30. But the shelter after that is at mile 16, and it has 2 very impressive climbs to get over right at the end of the day. So, to be frank, I actually don't know where I'm going to land. I'm going to keep going until my body tells me differently. You do think a lot about miles, though. Ironically, just the miles today or tomorrow. You do not think about that 2,190 miles at all. In the last 6 days, Katahdin hasn't even entered my mind. I mean, yeah, it's always there as the goal, but you become intrinsically focused on today's logistics and maybe tomorrow. How many miles to the next water source? How many miles till lunch? How many miles can I do and how long it is till the end of the day? How many feet is the privy from the shelter? My life is more focused on distance. I wouldn't have it any other way. And just a little bit of the trail today. And in case you felt that vibration, that was my watch telling me I've just crossed 5 miles. My pace has also been about 2.5 miles per hour, 2 miles at incline. So I'm making pretty good time. I'm not pushing too hard, but I'm getting a workout. Catch you up the trail. Just had lunch at Blue Gap Shelter. I think that's called Blue Gap Shelter. If not, I'll add what the real name in there. About 7 miles into the day. Nice little shelter. The best part though is you wake up to that view. That'd be a pretty nice way to start the day. Right at the top of the mountain. Have a little downhill, and then we continue on to Trey Mountain, which I'm guessing is one of those in the background, but I have no idea which one. And after my poor guess on Blood Mountain the other day, I'm through speculating. We'll catch you up the trail. So we're at the top of Rocky Mountain, coming out of Unicoi Gap, and just taking a moment to catch my breath. This one was a beast. Second of 3 big climbs today. One more left at Trey Mountain. Oh, wish me luck. And lots of water. Here we are at the top of Trey Mountain, which is a good thing because I've got nothing left in the tank. It's quite a hike today. So, quick update for Friday, day 5. Started at Low Gap Shelter, and I did end up making it all the way to Trey Mountain Shelter. So it was about 16 miles today. It was a tough day. There were 3 pretty big climbs: one Blue Mountain, then Rocky Mountain, and then Trey Mountain as well. So I was pretty worn out by the end of it, but glad I pushed. Got a good feel of kind of where the body's at and kind of where my comfortable range is. I think I'm only sore, nothing injured or anything like that. And tomorrow will be a little bit of a smaller, lower day. With hopefully Sunday, I'm going to take a 0 day off. So looks like it was going to rain tomorrow, but we're really lucky so far, having lots of sun. It actually got quite warm today. I had to put the sunblock on, no less, which is nice in March. So all told, it was an eventful day. I didn't film as much as what I would, just because I really was head down hiking to try and get those miles in. One of the things is you do, because we're still quite a bit in the bubble, you do want to make it to the shelter early so that you can find a spot, especially if you have a hammock. It's not always easy to track down those trees. So did that, had some trail magic at Unicoi Gap, which was great, and ready for tomorrow. We'll talk to you later.